Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dean Johnson, and I got something special for you. And the topic today, or tonight, depending on where you are, is what makes a relationship last long. This is very important, and it's a sensitive topic. And if you would allow me, I will unpack some of this for you and hopefully provide you with some information that will help you in your love and relationships. In the meantime, I also invite you to hop on over to autumncustom.com. If you like the gift that's on the screen to my love, it's a love pendant. We are about to go into holiday season, so don't be left out in the cold. So, if you would like this I love you or to my love pendant, we have gifts for mom, dad, boyfriends, girlfriends, soulmates, wives, husbands, and so on. Hop on over to autumncustom.com and check out what we have. We have something for everyone. All right, so let's get into this topic. What makes a relationship last long? What I've listed out here are 7 keys that I think are essential to helping a relationship last a long time. There can be a lot more than just these 7. So I just want to put that out there as well, but I want to at least get the creative energy going, and I know that videos like this is all about love. And so people are trying to understand it. So I'm going to do my best to try to make sense of it with you. So number 1, consistency. All right, consistency. Consistency is very important for a lot of different reasons. I like consistency because even when things get old and tired, and everybody knows what I mean. Like, let's say you've been in a relationship for a little while. It could be 6 months, 12 months, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. Sometimes the fire is not as strong as it was in the very beginning. So that's not the time to quit. In fact, that's the time where we should go back to what worked in the beginning. Oftentimes, this is where consistency comes in. Consistency is always doing what is necessary for yourself and for your partner. So consistency can be things like dedicating a specific day where you take your loved one out or your girlfriend out, right? You might go to the park. You may have a picnic in the park, right? You may go jet skiing. But it's a consistent thing that you do. All right. So you may dedicate a specific time. You say, no matter what, we're going to go out at this one, maybe sometime this month, maybe twice a month, or whatever you guys decide on. But you do things that's consistent. Maybe if you're the guy, you make sure that the oil is changed in the car, right? Maybe she makes sure that she makes your favorite meal a few times a month. Whatever it is, but you're consistent. All right. Consistency can also be communicating, right? It can be a thing where you check in with your person, your partner. You may not do it every day. Every relationship is different. Some people need a partner that checks in every single day. Some people don't. So you have to find out what your partner needs. And whatever he or she needs, that's where you're consistent. Number 2 is empathy. This one here is huge by itself. I can do an entire video all by itself just on empathy. So what is empathy? Empathy is the ability to see and feel things from another person's point of view, right? It's being able to walk in someone else's shoes or understanding where they're coming from, right? It's being able to understand and relate to your partner. Oftentimes, at least in this modern era, there's a lot of people that say, well, there's not a lot of empathy, people are cold, and so on. And this does happen in relationships oftentimes. There may feel like there's a lack of empathy. And oftentimes that happens because we're still looking at the relationship as an individual. And when you're in a relationship, you are still an individual, but you're now an individual with someone else. So you have to learn how to transition from being just an individual and becoming a partner, right? Becoming, a husband, a wife, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a soulmate to this other person. And in order to do that, oftentimes you'll have to be able to put yourself in the other person's shoes. This is what builds bridges between people, and it strengthens your relationship. And it doesn't have to be anything really deep. You just have to be able to, let's say, for example, the wife worked or the girlfriend was working all day and she might be tired. Well, if you're the boyfriend or the boyfriend to be, hint, hint, right? This is what gets you from being a friend to a boyfriend. You may say to yourself, you know what? I know she's going to be exhausted when she comes home. Let me go ahead and get some bath oil running, some a bath with some bath oil beads running, or let me get some nice warm oils that I can massage her feet when she comes in. And if you do these kind of subtle things, that's showing that you can see outside of yourself and your own needs. Always keep in mind, though, your partner should be doing similar things for you as well. Right? You don't want to get caught in that whole codependency thing. And that's a whole different subject. I don't want to get into it. But empathy is super important. Number 3 goes along with empathy, which is compassion. Again, compassion is understanding other people's feelings. It's seeing it from their point of view, and not just seeing it from their point of view, but seeing where you can be helpful to the other person as well. It's love, it's caring, it's compassion. And oftentimes, these being compassionate is what's going to keep your relationship healthy. You're going to come from a place where you're giving as opposed to taking. And I can really explain it and keep it really simple. If you don't take anything from this video, take this. People, and this has been scientifically proven, by the way, people move towards pleasure and away from pain. I'm going to say it again. People move towards pleasure and away from pain. That simply means if your partner can equate you with pleasure, and pleasure comes in different flavors, okay? It comes in different flavors. There is sexual pleasure, eroticism, and all that stuff. That's in there too, but you need more than just that, all right? But if your partner can equate pleasure, a feeling of being important, a feeling of being cared for, a feeling of being thought about, a feeling of being appreciated, he or she is going to gravitate towards you. That's just human nature. They are, especially if they really and truly love you and have a deep-seated respect for you, then your partner is going to easily be able to move towards you. Again, as people, we move toward pleasure and away from pain. Right? The same is true as if you're not compassionate, if you're not empathetic, if you're not consistent, that's going to cause your partner pain. And like I just said, we're either going to we're moving towards pleasure or away from pain, right? So the more pain you cause your partner, the more they're going to move away from you. So you can take that as a bonus. Number 4 is trust. This one right here is massive. All right. If you want a relationship that's going to last a long time, there has to be trust. Okay. Trust is foundational. That means that, and it kind of goes along with being consistent as well. Trust is you say you're going to do something and you do what you say you're going to do. It's honoring your promises. It's being a stand-up person, right? Being forthright. You are a person of your word. You do what you say you're going to do, and you have followed through. You're an honest, upstanding person. This is where trust comes in. Now, what gets rid of trust, or what breaks down trust or erodes trust? Lying erodes trust, deceit. And all these things are what? These are situations where we are trying to hide something from our partner, right? So imagine you're lying to your partner, you're trying to hide something from your partner, and then that person finds out. Are they feeling, at that point, are they going to feel pleasure or pain? they're going to feel pain. So again, that person is going to move away from you. That's just the way humans are designed. It's the way we're built. But if you are a trustworthy person, your partner knows that he or she can rely on you. You're going to stand in the gap for them. You're going to honor your promises for with them. They're going to feel pleasure. They're going to move more towards you. All right. Number 5, fun. What can make a relationship last a long time? You got to have some fun. Get out there, do some stuff. Do things you've never done before. You do them as a couple, do them as an individual. That's the beauty of relationships. You're never going to not be an individual. In fact, if you're in a relationship and you at some point feel like you're not an individual, you're no longer an individual, that might be a good time to take a break from the relationship because you are always still an individual, meaning that you're a person with your own thoughts and your own feelings, even while you're in a relationship. With that being said, you should be having fun. You should be having fun as an individual, but you should always also have fun as a couple. All right. And when I say having fun as an individual, I'm not saying to cheat and to hurt your partner. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is you should still be doing things that you enjoy that pour into you as a person, which will help you to then pour into your relationship so you can have a deeper, more meaningful, a richer relationship, right? You both should be doing that. Both people in the relationship. But you should do things that are fun. Go dancing, go hiking, go bike riding, go skydiving, whatever it is that you guys like to do and you consider fun, do that. Role play, whatever it is, do those things because what's going to happen is, again, we move closer to pleasure away from pain. When you're having fun, that's pleasurable. Your partner's going to desire that. And in turn, they're going to equate that desire for these fun activities with you. So they're going to be drawn closer to you. Number 6 is one I love, mystery. In order to make a relationship last, consistency, remember that was the first one I have on my list here. But oftentimes consistency gets translated as being boring, right? And I always say, well, consistency is not boring at 2 in the morning when your car breaks down and you need somebody to come and help you. Then you love the consistent person, right? And that's true. But there is also some truth in consistency becoming boring over time and mundane, right? So in order to offset that, we have to be mysterious from time to time. That simply means if you're dating, you don't always give the farm away, so to speak. You don't tell all your business. You don't let your partner know every single thing about you. Sometimes you might want to do some things and kind of spice it up. Like one example I'll give you is if you're a man who's pursuing a woman and you're trying to date her, what I would suggest is from time to time, once you've built up some trust, that you do things like you may text her and say, "Hey, what are you doing this evening? Can I snatch you up? Can I kidnap you for the evening?" Right? And of course, all this is in love, right? All of this is in fun. There's no threat. She trusts you, and you've proven that you're a trustworthy person. I would never do this or say anything like this if you haven't already built levels of trust, right? So she needs to trust you. You need to have proven that you are a trustworthy person. So then, you say to her, you might text her like, "Hey, what are you doing this evening? Can I kidnap you?" Right? And then send her some heart emojis. And if she's like, "What are you up to?" Right off the rip, she's going to be drawn to that. She's going to want to know, what are you up to? What are you trying to do? And you can just say, like this one thing that I used to say is I would say, well, just make sure that you smell nice, you wear comfortable shoes, and you let me do the rest, right? And then she'll say, okay, what are you trying to do? What do you want to do? Where are we going? And then you can say something like, "Hey, do you trust me?" And now she's excited. You say, "All right, I'm going to pick you up at 7:38 p.m. whatever you decide. I'm going to pick you up to show up, be pretty, and have a great time. That's something fun that you can do. There's so many different ways to have fun. So many different ways. I used to do Walmart dates. They were fun. There's a lot of different ways to have fun. It just all depends on what you want to do. But no matter what you want to do, and you can do this whether you're dating week 1 or year 50, it doesn't matter because the impact will be the same. It will be the same. You're moving her towards pleasure, away from pain, and that's what they desire. That's what your partner's going to desire. All right. So you got to have mystery. And then number 7 to round out the list here is you got to know your partner's love language. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just do a simple Google search and look up love languages. And then once you do this, and this can be fun too, you can actually print that out or send it. You can text it to your partner once you find the website that explains what love languages are. Send it to your partner and make a game of it. Like, what's your love language? Let me guess what your love language is. Guess what my love language is, right? She can guess yours, you can guess hers, and then you'll have an idea of what each other's love language is. What you're really doing though is, if you go a level deeper, what you're really and truly doing is you're further discovering who your partner is. All right. That's another thing about relationships, and I didn't mean to go in this route, but I'm just going to say it. As we are growing older, and it doesn't matter how old you are, you can be in your teens, your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, and so on. But as you're growing older, we're all learning this process together. We're all learning who we are, essentially, because you're not the same person you were in your teens that you are in your 20s. You're definitely not the same person in your teens that you are in your 30s, and so on, right? So when you and your partner have chosen to come together, at that point, you're saying, hey, you're adding to my life, whether it's teens, 20s, 30s, 40s, or so on. You're adding to my life. But they're also discovering you, and they're discovering themselves as well. So that's a blessing. That's a beautiful time, and that's a beautiful experience to share with each other. To deepen that, you can learn each other's love language. And basically what that means is some people's love language is gifts, for example. They feel comfortable. This person feels comfortable giving gifts and showing you their affection through gifts. Right? So they may give you gifts, they may buy you things, they may make things for you. Another person's love language might be more in the realm of what's another one that's really popular? Let me think. Love languages. Their love language may be in the realm of outward affection, right? So they might be a truly affectionate person. When you have dialed into this person's love language, they might want to hold hands, they might want to kiss you in public, they might want to snuggle in public, they might want to hug in public, right? They're touchy, and that's okay, right? Now, if your love language is not public shows of affection, you might get turned off by that. So just the fact that you've taken a moment to discover with your partner, usually, what his or her love language is, you're now in a position where it's like, okay, well, I know she likes to hold hands in public. So you're open more to it now, right? Even though it's not your thing, you're going to do it for her. That's what she likes, right? She might know that, you like gifts. So she gets you gifts. So now you're not really figuring out, okay, why doesn't she hold my hand in public? And why doesn't he buy me gifts? When you take a moment to discover each other's love language, it clears it up. It's almost like a cheat code, right? Because you've invested this time to learn it. Now you get the benefits of it. That's what investments are all about. Because you invested some time, you now get the benefits of it. So Learn each other's love language. And I can tell you, if you're dating and you take the time to do this, it's going to put you leaps and bounds above all the other suitors, because most people don't take the time to learn their partner's love language. They don't even take the time to learn their own love language, let alone their partner's love language. So that's what I have for you guys. Our topic tonight, again, depending on where you are in the world, what makes a relationship last long? I had 7 key points that I spoke on: consistency, empathy, compassion, trust, having fun, being mysterious, and knowing each other's love language. Those are my 7. Again, I want to invite you to check out our online store, autumncustom.com. We have gifts for love, boyfriends, girlfriends, soulmates, moms, dads, brothers, husbands, you name it, we have gifts for it. So go ahead and check us out, autumncustom.com. My name again is Dean Johnson, and it's been my absolute pleasure in bringing you this. Hopefully it'll help some of you guys in your relationships. And until next time, bye.